Hey guys, it's Tiff. How's everyone doing? I'm waiting for you guys to show up. Hopefully you do. Usually my mom shows up. Waiting for her. Okay. And let's see. Anybody else? Oh, wait a minute. I hear something out back. Can you turn that? Thank you. Okay, people are starting to watch. Makes me a little excited. Okay, game on. Okay, so how's everyone doing? My name is Tiffany Rice, spirit medium. I communicate with your loved ones in spirit, whether it's friends, loved ones, as far as family goes, your pets come through, and I just decided to do some Facebook Lives. Usually I record and then I play because I have a lot of fouls and I get nervous and I spill coffee on myself. So this is kind of new for me. So even though this is my third Facebook Live, I'm just excited. And I think after the first one, after I spilled the coffee, you guys are a little forgiving, so thank you. But I've been doing these Facebook Lives pretty much to announce what's happening at my shop March 3rd, which is a huge surprise for everyone. I'm selecting 33 local people to be part of a big event, so I'm super excited about that. No, I can't give it away. Not yet. It's not time yet. We've already selected 22, so we still have 11 to go. So the next 11 will be announced soon, I promise you. I love sending the clues through Instagram. You can find me on my Instagram account, Spirit Tiff. Go follow. Play along, tag and share. That's the name of the game, is to tag and share. So how's everyone doing? It's funny, I attempted to do my hair. I usually leave it in a bun just because it's easier that way. But I did my hair and I did one side. Of course, it's probably opposite to you guys. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. One side. Oh, you got the curl, looking nice. And then what's going on here? I don't know. I never can get it right. No matter how many times people show me, my friend Jen is my hairdresser, and so I'm always asking her, can you just show me how to do it? And she does it, and then I'll try it, and it looks great that day, but then I try to do it on my own. Doesn't work. I know you guys, I know especially you girls, I'm sure you guys can relate. If only I had a makeup person and hairdresser, my life would be complete. So I'm also I have this huge, like, big selfie ring happening up here. I know you guys can't see it, but you can see it in my glasses. So I'm trying to keep down low. So it's just this really awkward situation for me, but we'll manage, we'll get through. Woohoo! All right, so I'm seeing, oh, hi, Christine. Christine's on, thank you. I've been wearing this sweater. I call it my grandma sweater, but it's also, it kind of makes things look a little fancy. So I decided, why not look comfy and fancy on this cold winter day? So that's that. All right. So I asked you guys on my Spirit Medium Tiffany page to post questions. Whatever question you wanted, it didn't matter to me. It could be about the March 3rd event, or maybe it's something personal for me. Maybe it's something personal for you. I kind of left it out and into the open. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to get to as many questions as I can. As far as readings go, guys, just so you know, I do offer private readings at my office, 200 Elm Street in Bridgewater. And I also do readings on the phone for everybody that's out of state. So I do that. I don't do home parties. That's a big question. People ask me, do you go to people's homes? I used to, and I did that for years. And then when I opened my shop, I decided to bring the party there. So I do offer small group readings of up to 8 people, and I read in a gallery style for 2 hours, and everybody receives a message. So I do the private readings and I do the small group readings, and then I also do my small intimate gallery readings at the shop, which is usually 25 people and under. So right now I did a pop-up happening Wednesday, February 20th, and that's only limited to 20 people, and I'm about halfway sold. with tickets. So we have some tickets left, but if you're really looking to connect, I'm telling you, it's my smallest show. Go on to my Eventbrite, which you can actually find here. If you go to Spirit Medium Tiffany, which is where you're watching me, click on events. It's happening February 20th at the office in Bridgewater. So you can go and do that. Oh, Katie, you watching? Woohoo! She commented on the light. Yeah. Thank heavens for light like this. All right. So, do you guys want me to answer some questions? Is that what you want? Is that what you want from me? Who sang that? Adam Lambert. Do you guys remember? American Idol? Those are the days. All right. So I jotted down some questions. I'm going to try to read them. I don't have the best penmanship either, so hopefully this works. One thing I do want to talk about before I start doing this mini Q&A is that, hi Daisy. Okay, sorry. I get distracted because I want to read everybody, but then I get really distracted, so I'm going to kind of pull away. But one thing I want to bring up is that we're always looking to hear from our loved ones in spirit. I mean, a lot of us think we just never, we miss the signs. They don't tell us what we want to know. But I'm going to tell you guys, the signs are there and they will always tell us what we need to know. So just for this one moment, while you're in the comfort of your own home, I want you to just close your eyes, take a big inhale, and exhale. Take another inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale and exhale. All right, shoulders down, relax, and think about your loved one in spirit. Again, it could be whether it's a relative, a friend, one of your fur babies. Think of how clear you see them in your mind. And be specific on asking them questions. If it's a sign, ask what kind of sign do they come through as? You know, one of the questions I'll address is, do our loved ones come through music? Absolutely, absolutely. Whether it's an old song, you could be thinking of them. And for instance, I was giving somebody a reading and I said, your dad keeps on saying, Michelle, my belle, Michelle, my belle. Well, she was named after that song, but she always hears that song on the radio too. And so even though it's an old song by the Beatles, you know, 30, 40 years later, that song is still on the radio. So whenever time she hears that, she always thinks of her dad. So absolutely, our loved ones come through music. They come through as here are the big ones, guys, okay? Butterflies, dragonflies, hawks, cardinals, blue jays, ladybugs. So many times our loved ones come through, and it's not that they're reincarnated, it's just their way of saying, hey, here I am. So you could be shopping and be thinking of your loved one, and all of a sudden look down and see maybe a napkin with a butterfly on it. So when you see that, that's just their way of saying, hey, I'm right here. It's just their little hello to you. And sometimes that's all you really need to have, to experience. Some of us, we always want the dreams, right? Believe me, my dad has been gone for 19 years now. And I always think, I'm like, I just want to dream of my dad. He's been gone 19 years and I've only had 4 dreams of him. 4, that's it. So do they come through? Absolutely they do. Some people, I hear they dream about their loved ones all the time. And some people, like myself, like, guys, this is what I do for a living and I've only had 4 dreams. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of perspective that sometimes you may not get the dreams. Now, how do you know if a dream is different from a visit? So there's one way that I always go by. And if you were to ask me, okay, you had a dream about your dad, can you tell me about it? Well, yeah, within those 19 years, I can tell you 4 of the dreams that I've had. Like the back of my hand. I could give you detail and what he said and what he looked like and what he was wearing. But if you said, Tiff, what did you dream about last night? No clue. So for me, that's usually how I tell the difference between a dream and a visit. So I'm wondering if you guys out there have experienced that. And I'm sure that you have. Oh, Jerry, I see that you get dandelions. I like that. So, I mean, this is some stuff that you just want to give it some perspective. Let's get to some of the questions, okay? Let's see. I have my little cheat sheet over here. All right, so one of the questions was, do they know that you honor them, that you give them like a little memorial or maybe a tribute? Yes, they do. A lot of times with my readings, they will give you certain validations to let you know that they are part of you. One of the big ones, especially jewelry. A lot of times people will come in, and if someone passed, sometimes they may get the same, everybody gets a same jewelry piece, and it's in memory of that person. They love to tell me, yes, I know, the girls, they got 5 bracelets and it's all because of me. They all got a bracelet with a lighthouse on it. Or they got bracelets made of my beautiful roses that they used to celebrate me. They love telling me that. And again, it's their thank you. They know it. They're part of your life. It's one of those things, even though I'm not here physically, I'm still here. I still know what's going on. So yes, they do. All right, the next one. A lot of times I'll get emails about, people will say, you know, my child, I feel like is an indigo child. Indigo child, someone who is extremely intuitive. Well, let's just get this straight. We're all intuitive to a certain degree. Just some of us are a little bit more intuitive than others. So when you're a child, a lot of times they don't have that self-doubt because they just see things for what they are. So when it comes to children being indigo and picking up things, I hear it all the time. They may have a imaginary friend and it turns out to be your grandmother who they never met. But they'll say, oh, I see this woman, and they could describe your grandmother to a T that passed 17 years ago, and they're only, say, 4 years old. So are they intuitive? Yes. How do you handle that? My answer, encourage them. Encourage them. There's nothing that they should be afraid of or scared of. I would encourage them. And just, there's certain things that you can do. Ask them who they see. Ask them if they can describe that person. Of course, if you are scared, if you do feel scared in your home, sometimes people will contact me for that. So if you do feel frightened, or scared, one thing that I always recommend is just speaking to spirit. If it's an unwanted spirit, speaking to spirit and just asking them to leave. Treat them as if they are here with you physically. And if that doesn't work, you can always try sage. You can get sage at your local holistic shop. It's fairly inexpensive, and you want to burn sage, because sage, what that does is clears all energy. So what you can do is walk around your house, make sure you open up the cabinets, open the drawers, and clear out the energy. All right, moving right along here. I'm sorry, now I feel like I'm reading everybody else's stories. Okay. Oh my gosh, Hope, that is an awesome, I don't know if you guys are reading Hope's, but Hope said her daughter had said that when she was in heaven, she picked her mother. How beautiful is that? I love hearing stories like this, and it just amazes me. I'm really shocked. Like it amazes me. I'm in shock when I hear stories like that. Okay, so we talked about encouraging kids as far as if they're very intuitive. There's also, I get this question a lot, how do I become more spiritually intuitive? Well, there's a lot of little tools and techniques you can learn. One way that I always say is start by meditating, because meditating clears your mind and helps you get back to basics. So as far as doing the, connecting with your loved ones in spirit, try meditation first. And then from that point, a trick of the trade, I like to say, is try playing cards. You can go to Ocean State Job Lot and grab a deck of playing cards and just shuffle them. I used to do this all the time when I was just starting out. So I would shuffle them and I'd pull a card and I wouldn't look at it and I would just think to myself, okay, is it red or is it black, or what color is it? And I would just go with what my gut was telling me. Was I right all the time? Nope, I wasn't. But I learned how to trust my gut by doing that. So for me, that's one of the things that I like to do, and it was a little tool to just kind of get me back in the swing of things and you know, really learn to trust my gut, because we're human. And even though, you know, I may be confident in certain areas, there's some days when I just feel like, man, should I be doing this? Should I just go and do something else? I don't know. So, you know, sometimes we doubt ourselves. It's human nature to feel that way. All right, so next question. So, okay, a lot of times people will come to me not just for mediumship, but a lot of times they'll come because they have questions about what's going on in their life currently. So this kind of leads me to answer a question that, another question is the difference between psychics and mediums. So mediums are highly intuitive and they have that psychic ability, and they also communicate with loved ones in spirit. Whereas if someone just identifies as being a psychic, they don't have the mediumship capability. They go on their highly intuitive gift. So when people ask me, this is a big one, will I ever find true love? One thing that I would recommend is we're all responsible for the energy that we put out, right? So one thing that I would always do when things weren't going my way, or I just couldn't find an answer and I realized, all right, I really have no control over the situation. However, I'm a control freak, so I always feel like I need to. I would always put out there, okay, I release all control of everything that I think I have control over, and I allow what I deserve. So I kept on repeating that over and over, and whatever it was, I would put my intention into. So whether it was, you know, this particular person asked me if she'd find true love. So for you out there who asked that question, I would repeat that. Just say that. I release all control of what no longer serves me, and I allow the answer and what I deserve for my highest and greatest good to come forward. So I would repeat that over and over and really believe it. Put your intentions out there. And if you're putting it out there for your highest and greatest good, you may not get the answer tomorrow or next week or next month, but you will get your answer in time. Because again, when you put that positive energy out there, that's the type of energy you're going to get back. All right, next question. How long should you wait before you get a reading? Well, I always like to tell people you want to wait a little while, maybe a couple months, maybe a few months. The reason being is because picture it like moving to a different town. When you move to a different town, you are getting used to where the grocery store is, where the gym is, everything like that. And so I kind of relate to it as that's what spirit does. They're transitioning into their new location. And I feel that sometimes if you wait a little bit, they may come through a little bit clearer. Now, have I done readings where someone has passed the day before? Yes. Did I know that? No. I was giving a reading once and I was bringing someone's grandmother through. And I had said to her, I knew it was a recent passing, but her grandmother wasn't giving me the information as to when, but I could tell that it was recent. And so after the reading, we were talking and I had asked her how close did this happen? Because it just seems so recent. And she said, well, Tiff, I booked the reading on a Thursday night and she passed that Friday. And then she met me at my office Saturday. So when she booked the reading because she wanted to make sure her grandmother was going to be okay. Now, I had no idea, because usually when people email me, like I'm sure you guys know, because you have emailed me, I don't ask questions. People don't usually give me topics of what they want to talk about or anything. But in her mind, she thought, I just want to make sure my grandmother's going to go, and she's going to go and be welcomed by people. And so she booked the appointment. I gave her the reading, and her grandmother did come through. However, as a rule of thumb, I always recommend you wait a little bit. That's all. Whew. All right, I feel like I'm talking a lot. I feel like this is like a first date and I'm nervous and I'm just talking. And you guys are my dates and you guys are just listening and don't know what to say. Bear with me. Okay, so moving right along. Okay, so I covered some of these questions already. Okay, here's a question. Do some spirits come through stronger than others? Yes, they do. Their personalities do not change. So whether they're here or whether they are where they're at, if somebody here was the town mayor, like, hey, I'm here, like someone walks into the room and their energy is vibrant and positive and exciting, that's how they're going to come through. Positive, vibrant, exciting. If they were quiet, they may help other spirits to come through, and they may not come through as prominent as the louder ones. So yes, I feel like there is a little bit of a difference in energy. So that kind of brings me up to a question that I get asked a lot, because a lot of people will come see me at gallery readings and they'll go to multiple gallery readings. And then they'll say, well, I've been to, 6 of your gallery readings and I haven't gotten a reading yet. Well, this is why I say, well, maybe you should get a private reading with me, because gallery readings are great, right? Gallery readings are great, especially if you're curious. Maybe you want a night out. Maybe you're going with a friend or family member because they need some support. So it's great. However, with large gallery readings, there's no guarantee that everybody receives a reading. Now, say you're looking to get a reading, but you're a little nervous, then maybe the small group readings that I offer would be good for you. And that way you can have the intimate people that you're with, like your close friends or close family, and I'm able to spend more time with you. And then say if you're just really looking to hear from someone, do the private reading. It's me and you for 1 hour, no interruptions from Susie's Uncle Frank from across the room. So really think about what reading is good for you, what you're looking to do. Is it you just want to experience and see what it's all about? Go to the big gallery readings. If you are looking to hear from somebody but you're nervous, try the small group readings. If you're really looking to hear messages straight on and have questions, the private reading is the way to go. And like I say, with all of my gallery readings in general, private readings, I love it when you guys are interactive. So when you do the private reading, we just have more time to be interactive with each other. So next question. Let's see. Okay. Do I ever get messages from Spirit without me being tuned in or being asked? So I'm guessing what you mean is, do I ever, say I'm in a grocery store and all of a sudden Auntie Barbara comes through and says, hey, I'm here. Can you talk to my niece, right? And I'm looking around. Does that happen? Yes. Do I come forward and talk to that person? No. I'll tell you why. So for me, on a personal level, you never know how that person is dealing with their grief. So does it look good on TV when you see it? Yes. Are you curious about it? Yes. It gives you something to talk about. But the reality is you don't know what level of grief that person's at. You don't know if they're skeptic. You don't know if they want a message. How do you know that person didn't talk to the spirit that's coming through in a very long time, and maybe they left it on bad terms? We don't know that situation. So do they come through? Yep, sometimes. Would I approach someone randomly? Nope, I wouldn't. That's me personally. There could be other people that are different, but I just choose not to, because I wouldn't want to invade their space. And that's when it brings me to another question, which is boundaries. You always want to set healthy boundaries. It's important to set healthy boundaries with the physical beings here, right? Like people that you work with, your friends. It's good to set boundaries with them, but it's also good to set boundaries with spirit as well. So am I on all the time when I'm not giving readings? Nope, not so much. Do spirits sometimes sneak through? Yep, they do. But for the most part, when I shut things down, I shut it down. So again, it's just something where you have to be mindful of the messages that you receive and how you give it to somebody else. Now, the difference of doing that as far as having someone actually reach out to me and asking for a reading, it's that person's coming to me and asking, as opposed to me being like, hey, guess who's here, you know? So I just want to be respectful and mindful of other people's situations, because I don't know what's going on with them, and it's not my business. So I try to be I am respectful. So that's how I'd answer that question. Let's see, any questions on here? All right. Oh, good. So the person that asked me that question just answered, oh, that makes sense. Oh, good. I already talked about boundaries. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? I think that's it. Is that it, guys? I feel like I should talk more. I should do something. I don't know what. Hey, I have a question for you guys, especially for the ones that are out of state. Where do you live, and would you want me to go and do a gallery reading there? Tell me, tell me, tell me. I'm dying to know. I want to know, because I'm looking to broaden everything as far as giving more back and doing more readings. So I'd love to hear where you're from. And Nancy, you know I'm coming to New York. You know I'm going to make it back there. I promise you. So yes, Portland, Maine, working on it. So we will definitely, if you stay in touch, you can always go to my newsletter, which you can go to my website, tiffanyrice.com. I do a free monthly newsletter you can sign up for. And I always give you the lowdown as to where I'm going to be and what's happening, because I would like to go someplace other than, as much as I love my hometown of Bridgewater, Massachusetts, I would like to travel and do more. So I'm looking to hear from you guys. Oh, good. There's another Maine girl. Woohoo! All right. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions. Why am I going blank? All right. I'll read some. Let's see. Okay. So Anna just asked, how do you keep yourself open to, you know, continuing on with communication, and how do you kind of learn to hone in on your skill? Well, I brought up the cards as far as the deck of cards that you get at Ocean State Job Lot. You could do that. Meditation is key, and go with your first gut. You always want to work on your highest and greatest good, but again, you always want to trust your gut with what they're telling you. I can remember when I first started out, of course, I always get foods because I love food, but I remember giving somebody a reading, and I said to them, well, I didn't say to them, and this is why. They were coming through with brownies, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, okay, I know I love brownies. I don't want to bring this up. I know I'm hungry, like I'm craving chocolate, but I kept on seeing brownies. So I never brought it up. And I continue on with the reading. At the end of the reading, she says, hey, guess what? I'm so surprised my grandmother didn't bring up brownies. That's all she ever baked was brownies, and that's what I remember her from. Hello. I didn't go with my gut on that. So I was kicking myself, and I was one of those people to say, oh, I was going to say that. I swear I was going to say that. And I didn't do it. So I was really bummed out. So when you're learning to trust your gut, even if things just pop into your mind where you think they're so random, keep in mind, they're not meant for you anyways, especially if you're giving a reading to someone. That information isn't meant for you. It's meant for the person that's sitting across from you. So really learn how to trust your gut. Yes, private readings, guys. If you want to book a private reading, please go to my website, tiffanyrice.com. It's so much easier for me to keep the email straight rather than through Facebook, because Facebook, I get so confused, because I also have the shop on Elm, which is my holistic shop. I have messages that come through there, and I have people that DM me on Instagram and Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, it's Spirit Tiff, just like Instagram, Spirit Tiff. But so the best way to get in touch with me is to go to my website, tiffanyrice.com. Oh, I love it. Sorry, I'll just read a couple more. Oh, did somebody say they saw something around me right now? It very well could be. my house definitely has some spirits. I love it. Oh, okay. Someone brought up the numbers. Well, just really quick, and I will be wrapping things up. I don't want to keep you guys all night, and I have some soup that I made on the stove, so I'm getting kind of hungry, but per usual. So numbers. Pay attention to numbers, especially if it's like 333, 222, 444. They're huge angel numbers, and so a lot of times when you get that, even your loved ones in spirit will show you those signs. I feel like I hear it all the time. Whether they're angel numbers allowing you to see that angels are around you all the time, or maybe it's just a little hello from your loved ones in spirit. That prompted me to do March 3rd, which is the big event that's happening. It's invite only, but don't you worry, there's going to be lots of surprises after 3/3, after everybody gets to be part of the VIP special treatment. Everybody else is going to learn what those surprises are. But I will say one thing, guys, is that I'm getting new apparel, so the We Are Never Truly Alone collection is growing, and it's even more comfier, and I'm getting all different things, whether it's tank tops, I'm throwing in some long sleeves in the mix, some new logos, all that good stuff. So I can't wait to share all of that with you guys, because it really is going to be amazing. And also, if you guys ever have any questions or any suggestions, let me know. One other thing, so my spiritual startup workshop is fully booked for next week. However, I will be hosting another one, hopefully March or April. It's just a special, intense course for only 6 people at a time, and we go through how to open up intuitively, and I teach you some mediumship skills too that you can take along the way. And I also create homemade meditation boxes so you can meditate anywhere you go. So be on the lookout for that. I definitely will be posting for another workshop for that. This week we have at the shop at 200 Elm Street, we do have a yin yoga, deep relaxation yoga. That's happening Sunday from 2 to 4. We have spots available for that. Did I just slur my words? Spots available for that. Also, I have so happy about this event. This event sold out. It's the total package, a women's activation series. I myself, Karen Peabody, and Cleone Manville are going to be hosting this as we're speaking, and also doing little activities for you guys to open up and kind of unstuck yourself and help get enlightened and help you, motivate you to be where you need to be. So it's a series of 3. The first is already sold out. We might add another first so you can hop in on the second class that we're going to be having in April. So that's something really exciting. And of course, I have that super small gallery reading that's happening Wednesday, February 20th at the shop. So I'm super excited. Oh, and I can't believe I forgot. I have Vinyasa Yoga happening at the shop starting tomorrow morning at 9:30. If you guys want to join me, I will be there. There's still space available. Woohoo! Excited. So if that's the case, make sure you email me, let me know, and I can save your spot. So that's Thursdays at 9:30, and then we're also going to start in March having them Mondays at 5:30. So I think I've been just talking. You guys are probably hungry. You want to spend some time with your family. So thanks for spending time with me. Stay tuned, because there's still going to be more hints going on. I'm going to do another Facebook Live Sunday morning to announce the final 11. And then I have something for you guys, the out-of-staters. So keep me posted, but I'll keep you posted. And thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Oh, Cardinals. I see you, Elizabeth. Cardinals. You see Cardinals all the time. Again, pay attention to the butterflies, the dragonflies, the hawks, Cardinals, Blue Jays, ladybugs. Oh, I forgot. Pennies from heaven, dimes from heaven. You get that all the time too. They will constantly show them to you. You just have to be aware. And keep in mind, another thing too is that I remember I was giving somebody a reading and I said, they keep showing you pennies. And she goes, ugh, I see pennies everywhere, but I don't want those. I want the dimes. Well, okay. Let's acknowledge the basics first, and then we can move on. So sometimes all you need is just to acknowledge and say, thanks, Dad. I know that was from you. And then you can move on. It's just really uncanny how Spirit chooses to connect with you all you have to do is just give it some time and allow yourself to just take it in. And it's not always how you want it or the information that you want, but it's always what you need. So I love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I feel like I could keep on talking all night. It's like we're hanging out. I don't know. I kind of like it. I hope you guys like it, right? We should do this all the time. Maybe we will. Maybe I'll set something up where we can do this all the time and we can just ask questions and hang out, talk about our dogs. I can't believe Stanley's been so good. He's been passed out. He's a mama's boy though. So he's been passed out this whole time. Oh, thank you. I'm seeing people say thank you. They're like, okay, bye. I gotta go now. All right, guys, go do what you gotta do. We will stay in touch. Remember, follow me on Instagram, Spirit Tiff. Let's stay connected. Spirit Medium Tiffany on Facebook, Spirit Tiff on Twitter. And last but certainly not least, TiffanyRice.com. You can find me there. I'm updating all my information. My graphic designer, one of my friends, happened to be in Atlanta this past week and for some big game. So there's a lot of things that need to be updated. So just give it a little bit of time. But if anything, you can find me on Facebook. I'm always posting. And if you know that there's any workshop or anything that you want, let me know. I'm open to hearing everything. All right, guys. You guys are awesome. Have a good night. And I will see you next time. Always remember, we're never truly alone. Good night. Bye.